My tea's getting cold. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing a book discussion, book talk on Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban by J.K. Rowling. And this is my first book talk type discussion video. And I never intended for this to be my first book talk, but I finished it and I thought I didn't feel a lot. But normally what I do after I finish a video is after I finish a book, is I started just like writing down some thoughts, maybe a couple lines, sometimes a page, whatever I need to get off me. And I ended up with like almost 2.5 pages on Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. And I was like, you know what? Do your first discussion video. I'm really excited. I have some things to talk about, and I would just love for you guys to weigh in on it that have read this. Now, for those of you who have not read it, I will say that I'm going to talk very briefly about Harry Potter, and then I'm going to go into spoilery stuff. And I will let you know when. So in a nutshell, this is the third book. And basically this book follows Harry, who, you know, is exploring the world. And we just follow him year after year at this school. It's not a ton I can say about this because it's the third book and I don't want to spoil you guys. But if you are liking fantasy, or if you've never read the Harry Potter series, I highly recommend it. And I think it's a really fun series. I don't think it's too heavy into fantasy that it would alienate people who are not really into fantasy, but I don't think it's what's the word I'm looking for? I think it has enough fantasy that people who like fantasy, or people who even like you know, high fantasy, would still enjoy it. So I really like it, and I think it just has something for no matter the age. I just feel like it's so universal. The writing is so good and so imaginative. It really sucks you in and you really just feel like you're there. And I just love that kind of writing that just really pulls me in and makes me feel like I'm there in the story. So absolutely love it. I would highly recommend it. And now I'm going to go ahead and just get into talking about it. So if you are thinking that at any point you want to read Harry Potter, go ahead and exit out, read it, come back, let's talk. So I'm gonna give you a couple minutes to exit out, because I know sometimes I'm watching YouTube and I'm like across the room washing dishes or something. So okay, book discussion. Now, first off, so far this has been my favorite one. I'm gonna put it down. No, I'm holding it up like that. I'm gonna put it down. So far this has been my favorite one out the 3, and I know I have a couple more. I mean, I have like 4 more to read or something like that, but so far it's my favorite one. And I feel like part of that is that it just feels different from the other book. Like the other 2 books, I didn't exactly know what was gonna happen, but this one just shocked me. Like I completely didn't see any of that coming. First off, I feel like in the first 2 books, right, it's always something happening with Harry. Somebody wants Harry, somebody's trying to get Harry, you know who, Lord Voldemort, right? It's like, in some way, he's always trying to attack Harry. So I was just so prepared for that. And so throughout the whole book, I just didn't trust nobody. Everybody that was new, everybody that was a little suspicious, nope, you're working for Lord Voldemort. Somehow, some way, you ain't no good. So first off, I was thinking, so when I first met the new professor, Professor Lupin, I just didn't know what to make of him. Because he seemed like he was a decent guy, but I was just like, you're taking over the defensive dark arts job. Everybody who takes over that job ain't no good. I don't know that I trust you. So first I was thinking it was him. Then I forgot the professor name, but the one who was teaching the class where she has them like looking into the crystal balls or stuff. The whole book, I just didn't know exactly how to feel about her, because I felt like every class she was basically just like, Harry, you gonna die. If she wasn't talking about Harry, you gonna die, she was picking on Neville. And just poor little Neville. I feel like everybody just picks on him. He's just such a nervous wreck. I just want to give him a hug and tell him to calm down and it's going to be okay, and to trust himself. Like, can I just hug him? So then I was just like, okay, I don't trust him. But just everybody. Then the cat, Crookshanks. I think Crookshanks? How do you say his name? Crookshanks? I never trusted the cat. But to be fair, I'm biased. I really don't like cats. I know some of y'all are like, what? I just have never had good experiences with cats. I just really don't like cats. So I was just like, this cat ain't no good. And then we find out it's Scabbers. And I was just like, so Scabbers is really not even a rat. He's a person and he is in cahoots with Lord Voldemort, I did not see that coming at all. It blew my mind. And also, I feel like I was getting close to the end of the book, and I was just like, okay, where's the juice? You know, like it was going really well, but I was just like, you mean to tell me nothing is gonna happen? This is too good to be true. Because all book, I have been on edge the whole book. Every time Harry went somewhere alone, every time he was walking around campus, I'm just always scared for him. Like, and then when he snuck out to go to Hogsmeade, is that how you say it, Hogsmeade? I was so scared for him. I was just like, oh my God, Harry. Like I know realistically he was not going to die, because clearly he's in another 4 or 5 books. But in my mind, I was just like, this is not going to end well. Somebody is going to corner you down there. It's going to be over. It's not going to be good. So I was just on edge. Like, the book just had me on edge. So when it finally came out that it's like Scabbers really is not even a rat, and he's Peter, what's his name? Peter Pettigrew. And this whole time he's been hiding as a rat for like 12 years. Do you know how determined you have to be to decide that you're going to spend 12 years as a rat? I was just like, what? My mind was so blown. And yeah, so my mind was so blown by that. And then also the dynamic with Harry, Ron, and Hermione. I love them in this book. I was so sad. I feel like they argued more in this book than they did in the other two. Does anybody else feel like that? I just felt like they just kept getting into it about stuff. And I mean, I know Hermione was getting on their nerve, but I just feel like she was coming from a good place. She really was. Like, she really cares about Harry, and I feel like she was just genuinely scared for him. And I just feel like in general, she's just the one who's like, hey, maybe we shouldn't risk our lives. And then Harry and Ron is like, hey, let's just try it out. So yeah, I was just like, dang, I feel like they're arguing a lot more. And they were just, I feel like they were at odds with each other a lot more. But then I feel like Harry is always the one like, okay, let's try to put this thing back together. And Ron is like, no, we're not putting it back together right now. So that surprised me. Another thing that really surprised me is, so I'm 3 books in, and I don't know how I feel about Hagrid. Before you exit or tell me I'm crazy, I don't dislike Hagrid. I don't. I do. I really like Hagrid, actually. It's just at this point, I have characters I love, and then I have characters I really don't like. And Hagrid, I don't dislike him, and I don't think I ever would, because I think he's genuinely a good guy. But I just don't love Hagrid. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's going to get better as the series goes on, or if he's just like, I like him, but I don't love him. I love how he loves Harry, Ron, and Hermione. And in particular, I love how he loves Harry. And I do think he's really a good guy. I just don't love him. I like him a lot. I just don't love him. So I know, I don't know. I keep trying to attach myself to him, and I just can't. So I'm going to say I can't yet, and I'll keep you updated. What else? What else did I want to talk about? Oh, Snape. I'm just over him. I just really want to slap Snape, because I just feel like first of all, you're an adult. Second of all, you're a teacher, and he is just so petty and immature. Like, I feel like he holds all these grudges about stuff that happens to him when he was little, and then he takes it out on everybody. And I'm just so sick of him. Like, I think he could be an amazing teacher. He obviously knows a lot. My nose always itches. But I feel like he could be an amazing teacher. He could really teach them so much. But instead, you want to be petty and show favoritism and pick on students. And I just feel like he's a bully. And I just want to jump into Hogwarts, smack him, and jump back out. We could even have a conversation about it. Why did you smack me? You're petty. Jump out. Like, I just do. Also, the twist with Cyrus, did not see that coming. So all this time, I'm thinking, okay, you ratted his parents out, you know, you're a bad guy. And then you mean to tell me he's innocent? And Peter, who's been hiding as a rat, is the one who really did it. And then on top of that, he's Harry's godfather. Cyrus is. Like, this book was just, it was so fun. It was such an adventure, and it just took me completely by surprise. And at one point in the book, when he like tells Harry like, hey, you know, I'm your godfather, and Harry's like, yeah, I know. And he's like, you know, if you wanted to live with me, that would be fine. It was just such a cute little moment, but then it just felt too convenient. And I was just like, because honestly, I just feel like Harry can't catch a break. Like, every year he got to relive something about his parents passing, and I'm just so sensitive right now to parents passing. Very sensitive about that right now. And I just, like, my heart broke for him in this book, because I feel like this book just show on a different level, like, yeah, I am hurt about my parents passing. I am hurt about all this stuff. And just like, it was one part in the book where he like yelled, like, he killed my mom and dad. And I had to put the book down for a minute. I couldn't even take it. And so when we find out, you know, Cyrus is, you know, innocent and all of this other stuff, and then it's just like, okay, well, Harry, you can come live with me. You don't have to stay with your aunt and uncle anymore. I was so happy. And then my happiness was just snatched away, just like that. And I was really sad about that, honestly, because I know it felt too convenient, but I was just like, okay, Harry can't catch a break. Give him this. But then I was just like, that looks suspect. Like, just side eye. Like, I don't know that that's going to happen. So, and it didn't, right? Because now he's on the run. And I'm glad him and Harry is still talking, but I don't know. I kind of just wanted him to be present in Harry's life and for Harry to just be happy and have somebody who loves him. And I know, like, he has friends and he has Hagrid, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm a little salty about that, I have to be honest. Who else did I want to talk about in this book? Oh, Fred and George. This book made me love Fred and George. Like, I never disliked them before. I actually really liked them and stuff. But this book, I don't know, I just feel like I'm getting to know them more, and I just really, really love them now. When they gave Harry the map, I mean, it was dangerous, but it was a sweet gesture. Of course, they are full of mischief, so of course they're going to give him something full of mischief, right? But when they gave it to him and then they're like explaining to him what it is and stuff, I just was like, it was, you know, it was dangerous, but it was just so sweet. And then when they got ready to show him how it worked and they said, I solemnly swear I'm up to no good, that's when I felt like, okay, I'm a true Harry Potter fan now. This book also just made me feel like I get some of the inside jokes now, and I really understand the Harry Potter world and the language. And at my job, we have Harry Potter shirts, and I plan to get one because I love Harry Potter, but I didn't know where the I solemnly swear I'm up to no good comes from. I just thought it was genius, and I was just like, I love that shirt. I need that shirt. But now I'm just like, oh, so this book just made me feel so connected to the Harry Potter series in a different way, and I'm really starting to get that feeling that everybody else says that they get, where it's just like, Harry just helps you through some tough times sometimes. Like, I just feel like when I read Harry Potter, I'm just really in the world, and I'm just taking a break for a second from my world, and it's just, I just love it so much. Did I have anything else to say? I talked about Snape. Really don't like him. Dumbledore. I adore Dumbledore. I hope I'm saying his name right. But yeah, I just adore him. I feel like he is so wise, and I just feel like he knows everything, but he just pretends like he doesn't know everything, because I feel like he already knows everything that's happening with Harry, and I feel like it's a ton that he's not letting known about right now. Like, I just feel like there's something he's not telling, and I just feel like he's so wise. I feel like he's a couple steps ahead of everybody else, and I just love that about him. So if you guys have anything to say about any of the comments I made on the third book, or if you have comments about things that I didn't bring up, let me know. Comment down below. I am so excited about releasing this video because I'm just looking forward to talking to people about books, and I will be doing a ton more discussion videos, because that is why I joined the booktube community, so that I can engage in dialogue with people who read, because I do not have that in my personal life. So let me know what you thought of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. What did you like? What didn't you like? And also let me know how you guys feel about Snape. Like, are there people out here who like Snape? If it's something that happens later on in the series, don't spoil me. But if you like Snape, let me know, because personally I think he could be great, but I just think he's so petty. Like, I don't know, I almost feel like he needs to be fired or something. Like, as a teacher, I just feel like he could do a better job, and I'm just frustrated with, I just over him. So anyway, that is my book talk on Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. And yeah, so comment down below, let me know what you thought about it, what you liked, what you didn't like, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.